How are you? I am Eti Adeneko, and I bring you greetings from my beloved Queen, Queen Oluwatoyin Adeneko. Together, we are the founders of Happy Marriage Institute. In Happy Marriage Institute, our vision is to help people to have a happy and successful marriage by training the singles on how to choose the right life partners and by training the marrieds on how to have a happier marriage. We also provide consultation services to singles, married, separated, divorced, widowed, parents, and clerics on marriage and relationship matters. By God's grace, in the last few years, we have trained, helped, and consulted for people from over 40 countries around the world. And if you visit our Google site, Happy Marriage Institute on Google, you're going to see reviews of people who have gone through our training and who have gone through our consultation services from different parts of the world. If you also check our website, www.happymarriageinstitute.com, and you check this testimonial page of our website, you are going to see hundreds of testimonies of people from different parts of the world, people that have gone through our training, who have consulted us, and that by God's grace we have helped. We have, by God's grace, a very unique system that help singles to know how exactly their marriage is going to look like in the future if they choose a particular person or get married to a particular person. You see, we do a combination of natural and spiritual work. So our training and our consultation services, they are not just focused on the natural aspect, they are not just focused on the spiritual aspect. Of course, they are perfectly professional, but we combine the natural and the spiritual in order to achieve the best result. One thing that is very special about our work and that makes it unique from every other person's is you are able to by yourself discover what is wrong if you have problem in your relationship or problem in your marriage, and you are able to by yourself, when you go through our works, you discover how to fix what is wrong. You discover the problem, you discover the solution, and you're able to know exactly what to do to bring about the solution to the situation. There is not marriage that cannot be fixed. You just need two things. You need the right knowledge, you need the right action. It is this knowledge and action that determines how your relationship is going to look like and how your marriage is going to look like. So, what we do is we help people to have the right knowledge. A lot of people are getting the wrong knowledge from a lot of channels and from a lot of sources. And that's why people are confused concerning relationships. People are confused concerning marriages. The knowledge you get from different places, social media, your neighborhood, your uncles, your aunties, your parents, or the marriage you're coming from, they all come together to form the basis of the knowledge that you have, which is going to be the basis of the actions that you're going to take. So, if you have a wrong knowledge, you're going to take a wrong action. If you have a right knowledge, you're going to take a right action. So, your knowledge determines your action, and then knowledge and action leads to something, which is results. What you know determines what you do. What you do determines what you see. So your knowledge plus your actions equals your results. The result you are seeing in your marriage is a result of the knowledge you have, the action you take. The result you are seeing in your relationship is because of the knowledge you have and the actions you take. So, in Happy Marriage Institute, we help singles to have the right knowledge that will help you to know who is the right person to enter into a relationship with. And if you're already in a relationship with the wrong person, you are going to discover. And one of the things that we'll do is we take you through a process during our consultation service that helps you to see exactly how the future is going to look like if you marry this person as a single individual. Let me give you two examples. In 2018, a young lady consulted us. She was 26 years old, and I worked with her personally. She was going to get married to this young guy, and by the time we worked, it was discovered that she's not going to be happy in that marriage. How? We did the natural work, and it was discovered that some things were missing, and then we went ahead to do the spiritual work. When we do the natural work, we don't base our decision or conclusion on the natural work only, because we know in part, but God knows all things. So the spiritual aspect is the aspect whereby God Himself reveals things to you. Of course, it's perfectly professional, but we include God in what we do. And you are the one that's going to see the vision by yourself. We did the natural work with this young lady. She discovered that something was missing in the relationship. So we went ahead to do the spiritual work. What did she see? She saw that she got married to this guy, then she gave birth, and in the hospital, the guy was nowhere to be found. It was the elder brother of the guy that received the baby from her. So she handed the baby over to the elder brother while she was weeping. That's what she saw that was going to happen if she married the guy. Another thing she saw the door to the family house of the guy shut against her. So it showed that there was not going to be happiness in that marriage. A young guy consulted us, and he was in a relationship with this beautiful young lady, and he wanted to know what is going to happen if he married this lady, because he started saying certain things that he was uh, not somehow pleased with. But sometimes you might say what you are not pleased with, but the future might be good. And you might also say what you are not pleased with, and the future is bad. So we walked. We did the natural work, of course. There were things that he wasn't pleased with to start with. We did the spiritual work, and what did he discover? At this time, this guy just graduated from the university, and he was serving in Nigeria National Youth Service Corps. And he discovered that he got married to this lady. He saw it by himself. And he saw that he was working as a motorcyclist using Okada, the commercial motorcycle, to work. There's no problem about that. But he also saw himself at the park where they usually carry passenger, but there was no passenger for him. And he saw himself begging the chairman at the park that please give me passenger so that I can get money to eat. And he opened his eyes. What does that mean? It means if he married a young lady, he was going to be very poor. Now, these are things that they discovered when they consulted us and we worked with them. Let me give you another two. A young lady consulted us in 2020, and what did she see? She saw that she got married to this young man, and They had a baby. She was back in the baby, and they had an issue. And the young man said, "Ah, please come. Let us pray about it." And they prayed to solve their problems. She saw another thing that she was somewhere reading, and then the husband, according to that vision that she saw, was in the room and she was in the sitting room, and something happened. She felt displeased, but she was able to carry it, and there was no problem. Now, that shows that there is going to be a little issue, but they are going to be able to overcome it. And another thing she saw the two of them were happy within the marriage. They got married in 2021 and they've been living happily together. A young man consulted, and it saw what was going to happen in the future. He discovered that if he married any of the two ladies, it was not going to be what he wanted. How? He saw that he was working, he's a civil engineer. He saw that he was working somewhere, and he ordered for some tools that he was going to use for his work. And the tools that were brought, they were not fit for what he wanted to do. So he rejected the tools and said, please go and change it. Actually, he had two ladies that he was working on, and we worked on the two ladies. What does that mean? It means that none of them was going to be fit enough for him to have the kind of marriage that he wanted. When we work with people, they discover the future by themselves. Both natural and spiritual aspect of our work combine together to help you to know how exactly the future is going to look like. That is one special thing about our work. So there is no guesswork. There is no, how is it going to happen? If you are going through troubles in your relationship, consult us. It's going to cost you money. It costs money to consult us. But you're going to avoid weeping tomorrow. A young man consulted us. He wanted to know whether it's good because he was having one or two issues with this lady. In fact, it seemed obvious naturally that this lady was not meant for him. But I worked with him. He was actually suspecting the lady, and there were so many things that showed that his suspicion was true. But by the time we worked, it discovered that if he married this young lady, he was going to be happy. Of course, they're going to have one or two issues. In fact, God revealed to him the exact issue they are going to have, where it's going to come from. He even saw the child, that the first time they're going to give birth to, what the child was going to be. Why? Sometimes it's rare for guys to see things like that, but they saw all of it. So at the end of the day, he discovered that this is the right person. And then he also discovered the kind of problem he was going to have with that lady. They got married about 2 years after. And then about a year after or into the marriage, he started seeing some of those things. So he talked to me, and I reminded him of what he had seen 3 years earlier. And then I told him what to do and what not to do. These are the things that make our work unique. You can see the future before the future. Don't be in a doubt. Know how your tomorrow is going to look like. What about for married people? There is no problem in your marriage that cannot be solved. However, it is into two categories. Almost everybody that consults us that have problems in their marriage, they get to discover what to do that brings solution. And when we tell them, do this, do this, do this, and they do those things, they get the problem solved. Yes. A young woman consulted us and she was having critical problems in a marriage. And by the time we were done, within 5 days, her marriage was transformed. Another young woman participated in our training. Within the space of 7 days, her husband joyfully carried her 2 times and was so happy. Why? Because we gave them the right knowledge. And based on those right knowledge, they took the right action. And at the end of the day, what happened? They got the right result. When you have the right knowledge, you'll be able to take the right action, you'll be able to see the right result. It is the wrong knowledge that people have and that they acquire from different places that made them to take the wrong action, which made them to see the wrong result. So that's why we are here for you. The second aspect for married people is the aspect that most time we don't like going into. But when we discover that a married woman especially is being abusive in a marriage, we'll work with them to discover what is the purpose and the cause of the abuse. And then we tell them what to do to bring about a change. For some of them, there are actually changes and their husband changed. But for some others, there are no changes. So we help them to discover if they continue in that marriage, how is the future going to look like? It is better to quit a bad marriage than for you to die early and your parents weeping over you. But those ones are very scanty. A woman consulted us and we worked with her. This young woman, she's very beautiful, but she was always crying. Her husband was lazy. Her husband was stealing her money, including the money that they put in her hand to do something for some people. She put it somewhere. The husband will carry it, go and use it to play. Gamble, and he usually loses. He tried to get a car for the husband to be using to do all these taxi and Uber and the boat and the rest of them. But the man was just too lazy. So we worked with the woman to discover, okay, if she continued in the marriage, what's going to happen? She saw herself in the near future that she was wearing rags, tattered. And she saw a woman that she used to know. And the woman was saying, I told you to leave that boy. I told you to leave that boy. See how he has turned your life to. See how you have become. And she opened her eyes. I told her what to do. Within 48 hours, the marriage was ended. Of course, it's not what we like to do all the time, but it is necessary when it is necessary. Her life became better. Now she's living a better life. So, you need the right knowledge so that you can take the right action, so that you can see the right result. If you consult us, we're going to help you and you're going to know what is going to happen. Let me give you one more. Another woman consulted us, and this woman, the husband was cheating on her, and she discovered that the husband that could not buy her bra and pants, and they say, I'm using my money to build house for us, you be using your money to pay house rent and be feeding us. That's what the husband was saying. One day she went through her husband's phone and discovered somebody saying, I am pregnant. And she scrolled up and she discovered where the husband was saying, oh, what? Tell me the size of your underwear so that I buy it when I'm coming. And the lady was saying, no, give me the money, I will buy it by myself. And she scrolled up and she saw all kinds of things. And she also discovered earlier that this man had impregnated someone when he traveled out of the country. Well, we worked together, and at the end of the day, she was able to see if she continued the marriage, what was going to happen in the future. What did she see? She saw that the man was somewhere kissing and caressing another woman, while she was somewhere else with a child. And another thing was this: the man usually beat her. One day, the man beat her and she landed in hospital where she has seen enough. We advised her and she quit the marriage. But the most part of it is that when we work with people, their marriages are transformed. They become happier, they become progressive, they become joyful. Consult us today. Let us work with you. Your marriage will be transformed. Send us a WhatsApp message or give us a call to +234 7030371153. Visit our website www.happymarriageinstitute.com. We are here for you. We will help you. Whether you're single or you're married, we will help you. Also, if you are separated, you are divorced, or you are widowed, we will help you to know what is the next thing to do, what is the next step to take. If you are a parent, you want to know how to guide your children to choose the right life partner, the single ones, you want to know how to guide your children to have a happy marriage, the married one, or to know how to solve their marriage problems, we will help you. As a cleric, you want to know how to help your members and your followers to know how to choose the right life partner, solve their marriage problems, and have a happier marriage. We will help you. Give us a call. Send us a WhatsApp message. +234 7030371153. We will help you. I bring you greetings again from my beloved Queen Oluwatoyin Adeneko.